Abby and Alex.
Hi, Vinny.
Hello.
I'm going to say right out of the gate here, we are looking at Stellaris, the console edition.
It says that right there.
I have been a big fan of Stellaris. I have never played Stellaris.
Okay, that's... okay, all right. I see where you're going with this.
Stellaris came out on a PC in like 2016, I want to say.
15 or 16, I think, yeah.
And I've enjoyed it. If you want to see what Stellaris really can offer, I suggest going to watch our quick look. I believe Austin ran it for the PC edition. This is the console edition, and this is mostly going to go through whether this very PC game makes a leap to the consoles and whether you can play it there. Short answer is I think it does.
Okay.
That being said, there's going to be things that people who've been playing Stellaris for 3 years, they're going to know much more about Stellaris than I do. For example, this, I believe, is the standard edition of the game, which sells for $40. I'm playing on the PS4 here. There's a deluxe edition of the game, which goes for $60. And I believe the deluxe edition includes Leviathan and Utopia, 2 pieces of expansion content that are available on the PC.
And it's worth emphasizing, this is obviously not all the DLC that is available for the PC version. It's just this is the content that they have currently built out for the console version, but also it currently says coming soon as opposed to you can just get it right now.
Yeah, and we tried before this came out to see exactly what that meant and when you get it, if you have the deluxe edition, but I couldn't find a great answer. So again, there's going to be some stuff here I'm not sure about. The other thing that's kind of, as I load up my save here, I'm going to start a new game first, just to kind of walk you through. It'll be a little easier. But this is different than the PC version is currently right now.
Right.
The edition they have made here feels a little like the version 1.0 of the PC version, and now the PC version is at like 2 or something.
2.2 or something.
Yeah, and they changed some stuff in there, so it's not going to be the same. So let's go through the empires. You can select one, you can randomize, you can create your own. I'm just going to select one, and I'm going to select, I don't know. Abby, what looks good to you?
There was...
Tentacles.
I want that guy.
You want...
Wait, no, the Slothman. Oh, well, yeah, that guy.
You want this guy. Let's just look through the rest of them here.
Okay.
This,
Ooh, mushroom guy. That guy looks like a dick.
This guy with the big old tentacles. This guy with the big old eye.
Big bug.
The bird.
Birdman.
Birdish. And the lizards.
Dude from Mass Effect 2.
One set of humans, the other set of humans.
Okay.
So they all have, I'm not going to go into all the details of how to play Stellaris here, but they all have pros and cons.
Right.
The big thing you want to look at are the traits and what I understand. You want to look at the traits and kind of the ethics and civics and the government. So you can see that all changing as I go through.
Gotcha.
This could be a bit overwhelming at first.
I mean, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here.
Can you scroll down to the bottom? I would just like to see the Blorg again.
The Blorg.
The Blorg commonality.
Yeah.
It's...
I like that his little thing is a heart.
Like
nothing has ever looked more like the Blorg than that.
I do
saying.
I do like that there is a trait just called repugnant, in which people just don't like the Blorg.
They don't like being around him.
But he's got the heart.
You know what? People just aren't that fond of being around the Blorg.
I bet he's a real sweetheart.
But people do love being around the Sildari.
Nailed it. He's charismatic.
He's charismatic. They're natural
I think it's the Sildari.
Okay.
Sildari. I believe it.
You've been.
Yeah,
okay.
No, I've been there. They're really awesome, but they're solitary, so they don't really want to hang out. But they're super nice.
Cousin on my mother's side was a Sildari.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's pick them. You can go in here and kind of edit stuff if you want to really mess around.
Decide you want to evolve them into slightly different species.
I've ruined it.
That's a Morlock.
I'm gonna unsave that. Okay, so let's just jump in here. And again, this is mostly about does this make the jump to console?
Right.
So let's select them.
As someone who is not super familiar with these games, is this kind of like a space civ?
Yes.
It is similar. Yes.
Okay.
It is similar. Sorry, I should have probably gotten that out of the gate. Yeah, this is kind of like a space civ. I'm just going to play a lot of options here.
Yes.
But should be familiar to people who played 4X games or Civ games.
I will say one of the things right out of the gate that I heard about this version is that while you can have huge star systems, like huge galaxies to play in, the number of civs you can have on one of those I think is a little lower in the console version versus the PC version.
Okay.
That's like one of the only things I saw people calling out specifically about this version.
So here we are. We're starting in our map. I think I had picked a medium map.
Yeah, you did.
And I'll just kind of walk through here. I'm going to turn the tutorial off.
Yeah, because you're my tutorial, Vinny.
And I'm just going to kind of walk through. So you kind of start in your star system here. If I were playing
cool.
as humans, I'd be starting in Sol,
Right.
our star system. But I'm going to quickly just kind of pop out here. So I click R3 to pop in and out. Pretty
simple.
Pretty simple. Using the left stick to kind of move my cursor around. Evan, do you mind taking the music down a little bit? Thanks. And you can see I am only in this system right now.
But so all these other stars around you are currently unclaimed territory, right?
Yeah.
As far as you are aware.
Yes, and here is the galaxy map.
Right. So there are other civs that are floating around in those stars. You just haven't encountered them
That's
yet.
right. So the lines connecting them, and I'm kind of just using the triggers to zoom in and out here. Here's my kind of zone of influence.
Mm-hmm.
The lines that are connecting these are very important. These are the hyperspace travel lines, and you can only get to one of these stars through these lines. And we'll see later when I load my save why that becomes so critical. So let's just jump in here. I've got this one planet that we start on, my homeworld here. A Fortana? Or is that the moon?
No, your planet is Polman.
So navigating the menu here, you can see on the top, if I push up on the D-pad, it kind of goes through my resources. You have an energy resource, you have a mineral resource, a food resource, influence, and unity. These things are actually, there's going to be a lot of information here, but it will make sense.
I mean, as a Civ player, I'm roughly able to translate what most of this would go into.
I would break it up like this. The energy, and again, I'm not a Stellaris expert, but the energy and minerals you're going to use basically to build things.
Yeah, production, more or less.
This is going to be used to feed and grow your population.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be used to do special projects and to do mandates, and you're going to use this to actually colonize worlds as well. And this is for basically almost like a tech tree for the traditions of your people.
Okay.
Hey, we're a spacefaring traditions, and I'll get into that in a second. This is your research. The plus is basically how much you're generating per month, I think, or turn, whatever it is. But I think it's a month cycle. So like, hey, you're going to be doing research projects. How quickly are you going to get those done? Well, you generate about 6 physics research. You generate about 6 society research.
Okay.
And then you have how many worlds can you control? This gets a little deeper into the weeds. How many worlds can you take over before it's too many to manage?
Right.
Right now, this civilization, the humans can only do 3, the one I picked. Mm-hmm. This civilization can do 5, and then you got to start breaking them off into kind of semi-autonomous sectors.
Okay.
And be like, I can't manage more than 5 worlds. I'm going to just give you money, and you people do your thing.
So does that max go up at any point?
I think there are bonuses that can creep it up.
Okay.
At least this is what I saw in my human thing. A strategic resource I haven't gotten much into, but I think you can research stuff that becomes special bonuses.
Okay. And then those are your ships.
And this is my population cap, basically. And this can go up as well.
Okay.
Population cap. That's all the stuff on the top. By pushing left on the D-pad, we got into, this is going to be in the weeds, so bear with me.
No, these are the weeds I came for, man.
I love weeds.
Okay, well, get your weed whacker out, because here we go. We're going to cut them down. Your government, right? This is basically what's going on with my society. Everything I'm running. I'm not going to go too deep into this, but you can kind of see the breakdown of how I'm spending money, and you can see what my population is like.
Right.
Down over here, the contacts. You'll spend a decent amount of time in here, at least I have, once you start meeting other civilizations. The situation log is basically your quest log.
Okay.
They want this orbital research mandate is basically, hey, we got a new prime minister. We'll get a big influence award if we do what? If we research out, if we build research stations, if we build 4 of them.
Okay.
Basically, he ran on a campaign, I'm going to build research stations. And if we do it before his term is up, we'll get a big bonus to that.
Cool.
Technology, this is where you will research your technology. I've got these scientists, Mick, Dim, and Veer.
Badonag.
And
Jadalit.
I will be able to select research. So let's see. I would love research speed to go up. That's a great thing.
Who wouldn't?
Over here, let's see. Sure. Second level of biolabs would be great. And then over here, you can kind of see on the right-hand pane what the actual thing you're going to get is of like.
What the boosts
and
are.
improved spaceports are great. This is where you're going to build your warships, and it'll get me more capacity for my ships.
Okay.
And then you can see the progress here is, remember I said before, up at the top there, oh, my physics research generates +6. Okay,
Right.
so that's getting. You can see on the right-hand side of my progress, it says base +6, and then the skill is based on the scientist.
Okay,
See,
so
they
what
have
their
one
skill
star.
level is.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you factor those two things together, and that's how quickly I'm going to get this done.
Gotcha.
In the kind of on the administrative AI, you can see 0 of 360. That's basically how many research points I need to accumulate before this is done.
Gotcha.
So I want to make these numbers go faster.
You want to make the numbers go up.
It's going to take 57 months to complete, but I can make that go faster. All right. Cosmology, you will spend a lot of time here as well. These are the planets you'll wind up listing out possible habitable worlds to colonize. When you have sectors, like I said, oh my, I've got more than 5 planets, let's make sectors. You will manage them from here.
Gotcha.
And the planets that you know or habitat are here, or inhabit are here. Society, this is where I talked about that tech tree that you're going to spend your Unity points. Let's say I'm going for supremacy. You can start down, you can adopt this tradition, and it'll give you bonuses.
Okay.
People you've met along the way.
Yeah, scientists, governors, there will
friends
be
you've
more.
met along the way. This is a thing that in this game that is tough to manage. People die. So you get a scientist up to 4 stars, they're rocking, they're doing great. And then they die, you got to replace them. It's kind of tough.
Shocking they have not solved that yet in the year 2200.
You can get stuff that makes, at least on the humans, makes your person live longer. I'm sure
Is it they die from like old age, or
Yeah.
is it? Oh wow, okay.
Yeah,
So it's just like time has passed.
They'll be like, hey, this scientist, she passed away. She was 87. She did a great job.
Wow.
And it's like, well, now I got to put this like 40-year-old with 1 star in there.
Is
why you
there,
gotta
can you
build a
get them
bench.
like an apprentice so they can kind of level?
I did
with
not
them?
notice that, but there are traits that kind of get you like, hey, people come in 2 stars now, or they're your leader, your prime minister, your president has an eye for finding talent. Like,
Gotcha.
ship designer, it seems this is going to seem a bit heady, but you kind of don't have to do it. So you can go in and start designing your own ships if you really want. You can just have it do auto make me the best ones.
Right.
Like, hey, for these classes of ships, just when I get new stuff,
I just want it to look like that.
put the best stuff on it. Okay, that's the ship stuff. War, Federation, and map modes. I'm not going to go into.
Is Federation just like allying with other?
Yeah, I don't have it yet. I don't
Okay.
even have it on my save.
right.
And we're not at war. And the different map modes. It's hey, go have fun.
Right. I will. Thank you.
It's there on the right hand side, pushing right on the D-pad. This is basically your shortcuts menu.
Okay.
You want to get to your planet. You want to get to your military fleet. So if I'm zoomed out here and I'm way, wherever, it's like, no, just take me right here.
I'm going to say so far it seems like the way they have mapped all this stuff is pretty easy to get around.
It seems like an okay way to go. And then if I push down on the D-pad, you will be able to get to notifications that happen. Your notifications will happen on the bottom.
Okay.
We'll get there. If I push triangle here on the PS4 controller, that is how I'm going to unpause the game.
Okay.
If I hold triangle, it's how I'm
Right.
gonna
I
fast
forgot
forward.
this isn't turn-based.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm holding it to kind of pick different speeds at which I want to play.
Okay.
And that's kind of it. So what I'm going to start by doing here, I'm going to push right on the D-pad. I'm going to go pick my science ship. I'm just going to pause the game. I've got, you can see here, I've got a person in it already. I've got a leader in the science ship. You do need to have a scientist in the science ship to do things. If you want, you can pick somebody else. But you don't have to. And then I'm going to tell this science ship to go start surveying the different planets around here.
Yeah, we might as well. You've got them.
Yeah, so in my system, I would assume everything has been surveyed here. Yeah, this is probably all surveyed. So, yeah, not surveyed. Okay, so I'm going to go pick my science ship. I'm going to send them over here.
Yeah, you got to start in your own system first.
So just go to the planet, hit X, and I go...
You just say survey system.
I can just do
get
survey
around.
the system, and it'll
So
just
it's an
go.
explorer, basically.
Cool.
Like it's just a
Exactly.
unit running around,
Yeah.
just seeing what everything is.
An astronaut.
Yeah.
And then you can also... you need a scientist in there. That scientist will die eventually, but you need a scientist in there.
Let's hope he gets his job done first.
You will run across... I'm going to unpause it. You will run across things like anomalies that are kind of just like random special events. And there's a challenge rating on those. And in this version of the game, if you fail the challenge rating, it'll tell you like, hey, you have a 20% chance of failing this. If you fail it, your scientist could die, or you could lose your science vessel. And I'm pretty sure in the new version, when I loaded it up on the PC, that doesn't happen. It just takes longer.
Okay.
So this is an anomaly. You can see the failure risk here is 0.
Oh, well then...
And again, this is a change from the PC version. I think that's different.
Does it feel like is it simplification or is it just?
I think this is how it used to be.
Okay.
If I had to guess, again, I'm not laying claim to being an expert here. If I had to guess, this is how it used to be.
This is just something they changed in the game along the way.
And they changed it. And I think I'd prefer no, just make it take longer. I really don't want to lose my scientists.
Right.
It's a very high risk.
That's sensible.
So I am just going to research this.
Yeah.
It's fine. And they'll usually confer bonuses when you get them.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna build another science ship because we're gonna need a bunch of those. So I push right on here. I can go to. This is another difference they did. They put on the PC version. They just put your space port on the right hand side. That's not there. So it takes a little longer to get there. At least for me, I don't know all the shortcuts. But I'm just gonna build another science ship in the queue. There it goes. When that kicks out, we'll have to put a scientist in it. Right. The other thing you're going to want to do is take your construction ship
and construct stuff
and start constructing stuff. So here's that anomaly. Yeah.
Traces of other interstellar travelers.
Yeah.
Weak FTL trail.
Let's do it. So that'll probably update my my log. No, it did not. Okay. Well, fine then. Let's jump back in here. So usually you will get, as we survey the system, unpause this, it will tell you if there are minerals and stuff to collect within a system.
That's a barren world.
Wow, they're going close to the sun.
Hey, listen, that's a scientist, man.
Wow, bold.
Let's
back off.
Okay. I like their flavor text. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Great. I'm going to take this other science vessel. We're going to recruit a leader for it. And you can see on the upper right there, you actually have a cap on how many you can put in there. And
is that a cap that can go up at some point? Okay.
Recruit that leader. And they all have, that seems good, survey speed 25. You're I feel like when I'm looking at this, I'm balancing what the bonus is versus how young they are.
Yeah. Captain at age 39, that's some, that's pretty good.
So I recruited them, and now I'm going to pop them in the ship. And let's send them off to go, this place looks cool, survey this. So we click that, and we get that, and we survey the system. Okay, what we're doing, we're going to go take this construction ship. You can see we should be able to not have enough money. I don't have enough money yet. I'm accumulating 9 minerals per month or whatever. I need 270 to build this mining station.
You'll get there pretty quick.
In this system. And that will then generate more cash flow. You can build frontier outposts. So you can only really build or colonize worlds or kind of build mining stations within your area of influence.
Right.
But you can build frontier outposts in places you do not have.
So by building those outposts, are you accruing influence outside that sphere? Like, are you building out that influence?
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
I'll build one.
Okay.
And I'll show you. Let's do
40% failure risk.
Let's do it. You're bold. Let's just build one here. Frontier outposts. They're kind of expensive, so whoopsie. Made that construction ship go there, and I don't want to do that. So you can chain commands as well. So if I were, let's go. Great. I'm gonna have that construction ship. Is that my construction ship? Sorry. Go here. Oh, it's not surveyed yet. That's why I can't do it. Sorry. Who was surveying? Who's done? This person's done. They're gonna go here and survey here.
Survey says
we found an old mining station. So adds the abandoned mining field and modifier to the game. Okay. So
you can just own it if you want.
I'm just gonna scrap it.
Wow.
Well, I wanted that money quick. We're not gonna go too far in this.
Yeah, that's fair.
So we're surveying this system here, and as soon as we're done surveying there, I'm gonna build that frontier outpost. So the thing with frontier outposts, though, is it costs money to build, but also it costs influence. So your influence generated, the more you have, the less you're going to accrue over time. And if that influence thing, this up here on the top, if this starts going down, it's a real bad thing.
Right.
You can't do a lot of stuff if you don't have influence. It's basically your political capital. You just can't do a lot. So in my early game on my other one, I started just expanding my influence all over the place because I was like, damn, I want to get nobody's in my borders. And it was it was a bad scene. So we found this is just very early on. Like, hey, we can maybe do inhabitable worlds. So sure.
Situation log updated.
So I have this quest now to do that. Research this. We're a bold species. All right. So we have the research ship in Oreb, or science ship in Oreb, doing its surveying.
There's another one in Zif.
This down here is telling me that there is a potential of +2 energy and +4 minerals to be mined in this sector. Plus or 2 additional research I can if I built a research station there.
Anomaly found.
Oh man, they are just finding stuff all over the place. Go for it.
It's a very anomalous space.
Risk death if you want to. Yay!
Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Situation log updated.
So you will get these special things. I'd have to bring my scientists over to do this in a research or a science ship, but they need to have a 3-star.
Okay. So no one's there yet.
I don't have that yet. All right, moving along. I've got this on the fastest speed.
You're gonna have to find that gigantic skeleton.
If I push down on the D-pad, you can see these are the things that are tracking.
Right.
The notifications. They do disappear after a while. All right. This is moving pretty quickly too. I do have it on the fastest speed.
Right.
Good for him. Good. That's good for you. All right. So we're done surveying that system. Let's build that outpost. So let's go here. I'm gonna build that frontier outpost. It's maybe not the best spot. It's still pretty close to my borders, but let's build it anyway.
I mean, technically, it is still the frontier.
It is still the frontier, and that will allow me to build things like mining stations and research stations.
Right.
And let's go back. I'm gonna hit right on the D-pad, go into this, and build another construction ship. So you can get around fairly quickly. I think I was still able to get around a lot faster when I booted up on the PC and kind of mouse over everything.
Right.
But it works.
It feels like a decent retrofitting for this platform.
Yeah. We'll build this frontier platform, and then I'll load into my save.
Okay.
Again, I don't want to. This isn't really necessarily about how Stellaris is, though I have been enjoying it.
I mean, one of the key things with this is that, you know, by nature of playing on the console version, not only are you playing a version that is older, that does not necessarily have all the content of the PC version, but there is also no mod support. And I am to understand that like mods are a fairly big thing within the Stellaris universe. I've definitely seen at least a couple of friends playing Star Trek mods.
That's very cool.
Within that game.
I do want to say, Abby, I don't know if you can look this up actually, but I do want to say I just recently as yesterday saw a thing that they're going to allow those mods on Xbox.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to speak out of turn here.
Well, they've dabbled with that idea before, haven't they, with some of the Bethesda stuff and whatnot?
Yeah. So I want to say Paradox said they would be doing that, but
okay.
A headline here from Polygon: Paradox Interactive brings mod support to its Xbox One games.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
So I don't know about PS4, and I don't know how that is implemented at all.
Yeah.
But you're right. There are a lot of mods on the PC.
And who's to say exactly how many of those mods will make their way over to the Xbox version, but I would imagine that at least some of the more popular and well-regarded ones will hopefully make it there.
I'm sure they will crack down on IP stuff a lot more.
Yeah, there is also that.
All right. So we are building this platform here. The other thing I did not show you, which I think is very neat, is you can really get in there.
Oh yeah.
You can really get in there.
That's what I like to see.
Like you're in there.
Yeah.
Like you watch this thing be built.
I can basically see their little sloth faces.
Yeah.
I like your big blue sun.
Thanks. It is kind of neat. Here's our little space station. I think that's very cool, especially when you start going to war. You can watch the battles happen. You can watch your entire civilization get wiped out if you want to.
Cool.
I do.
Not that that's happened to me, of course.
No, of course not.
You just saw it on some YouTube videos.
I had friends. So, like I said, we'll let that build, and then we'll kind of get out of here. The other thing, this construction ship is done. We're going to send it over to mine this stuff. So I'm going to go over here. And build that mining station, and that'll go around the system and scoop up all this stuff.
Okay.
That will give me a kind of +2, +4 as we go forward.
Will it just continuously do that, or does it drain?
So no, it'll continuously do that. Both. It'll continuously do that, but things I build will then drain. So it's a push-pull on it. So I'll get up to plus 30, and then I'll build stuff, and I'll get down to plus 15.
Okay.
You can run a deficit, and you can even run down to 0. Great. So now we can kind of just see. Sorry, I pulled into that system. You can see my zone of influence has expanded. When you butt up,
you have a little snowman universe there.
When I butt up against other civilizations, they will start pushing on my boundaries and kind of have this. I don't know which Civ it was, but at one point there was an influence push and pull in Civ. I don't know if they still have it in where they are now.
That's in 6. There's a thing where like city loyalty is a thing, and cities can like rise up against your empire and join another one if they want.
Does it visualize the actual influence in like a hey?
There's a meter that you click on, and it shows like whether you have full loyalty or if the loyalty is dropping. And once it drops below a certain threshold, it becomes a rebel city.
I'm gonna load up one of my save games here, and United Nations of Earth 2.
Okay.
It kind of breaks out into the saves into when you started a game,
right?
And then you can go in there and actually view all the saves for that civ.
Okay.
Or that thing, and this is gonna have a lot because it auto saves very frequently.
Okay.
And I think that's one of the things that you can change, but this will have a lot of saves.
Cool.
So let's go down to one of my earlier hard saves, War.
War.
This is when I first noticed things were going wrong.
Okay.
And I had messed up.
Who are you at war with?
So I did not go to war yet.
All right.
I am the Federation of Earth here. Another thing now that I can show off on the PS4 at least, and maybe this is on the or playing with the PS4 controller, maybe this is on Xbox One on the back button or whatever they call it. What do they call that button?
Select?
I don't remember.
Yeah, select. Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
If you push the big trackpad button on here, it jumps between your inhabited worlds.
Oh, okay.
And it's very useful.
That does seem useful.
So I've got 3 worlds that I have. I've got Alpha Centauri Prime.
Did you name these?
I just use the default names.
Okay.
And Sirius Prime.
But you could name them if you wanted to. But yeah.
I did not.
Okay.
And let's pull out here to the Grand.
Oh, look at that.
The Grand United Nations of Earth. So I started, this is when I was like, I'm going to inhabit world. I don't really know what I'm doing. Let's send a ship all the way down here and start this place.
So you're just you're bookending this other civilization here.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't like this. I don't like people touching me. So let's go to war and just wipe these people out. Plus, they're starting to do stuff out here. And then I met these folks.
How very colonialist of you.
And then I met these folks out here. You see this like goopy area here?
Yeah.
I had it's before this save, but I had extended out my entire frontier to all of this.
Okay.
And then had to reseed it because I ran out of influence and had to destroy all those frontier stations. Yeah, things went really rotten here. But we can kind of get a better look. I push left on the D-pad here. I'm gonna go into the who's out here. So these are the people that just don't enjoy.
They're that's a damn rhinoceros is what that is.
And they don't like me either.
Well,
okay?
I mean, you really are kind of butting up against their whole deal.
It'll kind of tell you why. Yes, there is border friction. They are xenophobic. I'm not here to tell them how to live their lives, but I'm going to tell them.
I don't know. It kind of sounds like you are, actually.
They are fanatic materialists, which hey.
Who among us?
Live your life. They are warlike and charismatic.
Yeah.
So I met them, but I also met these very fine people. The Jibru.
Oh yeah, this military dictatorship of hegemonic imperialists. Yeah, they sound like great people.
They're my friends.
All right.
So
they're very accepting.
They're extremely accepting. It's a complicated species.
Yeah, it seems like it.
And so I did also meet this society, which is below. They're not on the intergalactic scale yet.
Right.
I could, if I had the ability, if I didn't have to recede and retreat, basically, which is
you could have just conquered their asses, is what you're saying.
I could raise them up.
Mm-hmm.
I could observe them. I could do different things with them, but I'm not doing that right now. I'm kind of worried about my own ass.
You've got some other shit going on right now.
What else can I show you here? The sectors map. Let's make a sector. So I have a frontier station here. Is that what I have? I thought am I colonizing this? I'm not sure where this is right now. Okay. Yeah, so what's happening right now, unpause. I'm going to unpause it here and just speed it up. I have colonized Dorbator Prime, Sirius Prime, and Earth, and Alpha Centauri is about to be colonized.
Okay. So you're about to actually have colonized more planets than you technically can.
So I'm going to let this run out for a bit here, so I'll show you the sector thing.
Okay.
And while that kind of plays out...
are you going to turn Dorbator there into an autonomous sector?
Yes.
Okay.
After we kind of do this, I will show you this then. This is inside the planet, and this is actually on the planet surface of Earth, and this is a little more Civ-ish. And this is actually something I think that has changed in Stellaris in 2.2. When I loaded it up and looked at it, the first thing I was greeted with was like, hey, we changed all of this.
Oh, okay.
So they apparently in the PC version don't do this tile system anymore.
Oh.
They do something very different. But here, we'll talk about what's here. So here you basically have tiles that you can then say, all right, this is, let's see if there was one here I haven't.
Do you want to pause? Because I think stuff might be happening.
It's fine. I want that Alpha Centauri to get colonized. Right. So this has, natively it just has food on it, right? I can go click on this tile and say, well, you already have food on it, so let's build more food on it. Let's build a hydroponics farm that will add an additional 3 food to this tile.
Food is good.
And I can queue that up, and they'll get building on it. It needs a population on it, so it needs basically people to run it.
Right.
So when you first get onto a planet, I'll kind of go over to somewhere else. This is Sirius Prime. You can see it doesn't have a full population. I could build a thing here, but nobody's going to run it, so it won't be running at capacity. You also have blocked tiles that you can unlock once you have the technology and money to do it to build more stuff. Let's go back to Earth. So Earth is doing okay. I can go through, and there's other stuff here to micromanage. I go in here and upgrade stuff. I have full control over all of this. This is going to change drastically once I annex something into a sector. I will no longer be able to micromanage this.
They essentially become like a city-state.
Yeah, and you can also put somebody in charge. You can see Henry Fortin is the planet governor on Earth. On Sirius Radio, we've got Anna. Nobody over here on Dorbator.
No government.
No, it's anarchy. And we're still colonizing this. It's almost done. In addition to that, I have a president of the United Nations Galactic Council. All right. Well, this is going to finish in just a second here, and then I'm going to... Oh, great. That's good. And then I'm going to jump into a later save.
Oh, okay.
So what I'd like you to do is take a good look at this map.
I'm seeing it.
All right. Here we go. We're going to jump into here. Now you can see I've got 4 of 3. I can't... there's more places than I can manage. So we're going to go into our sector management, which is in the cosmography. Cosmography. Thank you, Alex. We're going to create a new sector, which I just hit on the controller here. We're going to go in here. I'm going to select this and say, I would like to do that. And now it's the Dorbator Prime sector.
Okay.
And if I had other planets that were within range of it, they can be added into that sector.
Okay.
I think up to 3 planets this Civ can do right now. So now if I go into the sector map here, you can see it is here.
So question.
Yeah.
Once you have a sector.
Yes.
And once it is kind of running autonomously, does it just stay allied to you, or is there circumstances where it might go off and decide, like, you know what, we're going to do our own fucking thing?
I'm not 100% sure. That hasn't happened to me yet. I feel like I'm close to it on my other save, but I would think that there is a happiness rating.
Right.
There are different factions within here.
So it's possible that they could just break off.
I think it could be. So here's what you can do within the sector management. I can say, hey, I want you to balance focus. Go get me food, medicine, and clothing. Get me food, minerals, and energy credits. I can say, hey, I need food for my population. Basically give them guidance. And then you can kind of look and say, hey, don't build military stuff. Do space construction. You are free to colonize your own stuff, whatever it is. Where I spend a lot of time is, what are you trying to do? This is what they want to do. Well, I would like to build a defense army, and I'm planning to construct a construction ship. But here's how much money we have. I've got 4.7. We're only generating 1 every cycle here. I can just go and be like, you know what? Here, take some money. Just take a bit of money. Kind of see they'll spend it and get that stuff done.
There you go.
So you're basically just giving them money to try and get those things done. Hopefully their vision aligns with your vision.
Right.
And when all is said and done, they are generating and self-sustaining and whatever.
Right.
Hopefully. And that's kind of the sector management. If I try to go into the planet itself, and be like, okay, listen, we need food here. I can't do it.
Right.
I can no longer. I can't pay to clear that tile. I can do some stuff, but not others. Like I can't go in here and manage this.
I mean, it actually does remind me a lot of sort of some of the city-state management stuff in Civ 5, where you trying to remember exactly how it worked, but basically, yeah, like there were certain things you could kind of nudge like allied city-states, I think, to do, but generally they would just kind of do their own thing.
I'm not micromanaging it.
Oh no, maybe it was.
I met these Peacock people. I'm just gonna say I'm great. Pleasure to meet you.
I think it might have just been cities that you took over that you didn't make part of your empire.
Okay.
That's what it was. I think you would just tell them to do certain things, but like they essentially became puppet states.
I see. But,
that's what it was.
You can do stuff though if I do have the spaceport within the system. This is still within Derbitor Prime.
Mm-hmm.
I can go in here and tell them to build ships. I can say, hey, build this Corvette class.
Right.
But that's from the space station. Anyway, that's the sector stuff, and I think that becomes a bigger deal, especially with the limited number of planets you can have.
I want to see your later save.
All right, here we go.
Incoming transmission.
Nope, sorry.
It's probably not important.
What'd you want? Non-aggression pact?
The peacock species.
All right, here we go. Let's load up. The war didn't go well.
Oh.
Okay?
That's a shame.
Yeah. As wars generally go, this did not go well. I'm loading up my latest save.
Okay.
You remember that map?
I do remember that map.
Okay. Things have not gone well. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to load the actual save. I think it auto-saved on here. Okay. I take everything back. Things weren't great.
I was ready for the big reveal.
I'm sorry. Let's go to War 2.
All right, take me to War 2.
Let's go to War 2.
The sequel.
Things went a lot better. You know what? I'm going to go a little past War 2. Just make sure the date's okay. So that's March 1st.
I think that's the one you want.
Yeah, because it's 54.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. War 2. The war also did not go well.
Uh-huh.
All right. This is great. We'll start in the Derbitor Prime system.
Uh-oh.
They,
That's a lot of colors, and not a lot of them are yours.
Yeah, so this is basically just getting the blobbed into... And so the problem here now with old Derbitor Prime is they have no way to reach... They have closed their borders to me.
Right, so they can't get to Earth at all.
They can't go anywhere.
Right.
It didn't used to be like this.
No.
But they have taken over every hyperlane so that I actually have a whole fleet here ready to go. The second fleet is in Derbitor ready to go, but the only way they can break out of here is to punch their way out and try and take over what I think is the best route. I'll take this over and try to free up this area.
Right.
Otherwise, they are just basically trapped here.
Great.
Take them over. Let's see it.
You want to see a battle?
Go to work.
Okay, I'm just going to show you this. The Grand Fleet of the Second Fleet has a power rating of 1186.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? They're very strong. Let's see. 1186. You see at the bottom there?
Yeah.
Great.
Seems good.
They're a great bunch of people. They're ready to fight for Derbitor.
That's great.
The reptile folks have a military power of 5,380.
You got a chance.
We got a chance. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I'm well liked throughout the galaxy. Generally, the moral
the Jibru, they're super into your whole thing.
The moral democracy. They love me, and they are overwhelmingly better than I am. I've got the glorious
the Uvjant.
I won't even embarrass them by trying to pronounce it. I love them so much.
No, I think I got it.
They're friendly towards me. I've got alliances with them. But I think these defense pacts are basically if I get attacked, then they'll come help me. No,
not if you just go to war.
Just go to war. But yeah, let's go start a war. Here are the folks that I'm going to go to war with. So what if it says they're superior?
Yeah.
That's
says who?
The human spirit, right? Actually, that's not them. Sorry, these guys.
Yeah, no, the rhinosaurs.
You know what? I just insulted them, and it's too soon since my last insult, or I do it again.
Yeah, you'll be able to insult them again.
But here we go. Let's go to war. I mean, that's basically what's going on here.
Right.
This took me a while to get here. I can build a bunch more ships, but it's going to cost time and money.
We ain't got that kind of time. Send this fleet to its doom.
All right, well, here we go. Should we declare war?
Let's Dominion Cardassian fucking Romulan alliance this shit.
I'm going to send them, what's the plan here? I'm going to send them to this planet over here. All right, here, let's just do it. Let's go in here. Go to contacts, go to these guys.
But no one else here saw Deep Space Nine? No one else remembers that show?
You know, it's been a while.
Okay.
I'm not familiar.
One of the best episodes of that show is two of the biggest species in the quadrant going to war with this anti-Federation called the Dominion and basically just getting the fucking floor wiped with them.
Great.
Just like thousands of ships just getting destroyed.
Hell yeah.
I'm inviting these other nations to come join me in this glorious battle. They will not join your war because they have no interest in taking any war goals. Okay, well, fine.
They really liked you, though.
I know. Well,
not enough for that.
That's fine. Let's
invited
go.
to the war. Okay, they're going to vote no to come here. That's fine. They're also bringing in their friends. This is going to go very poorly. So when you go in here, you can actually start setting the war cost, which is like what you want to get out of it.
Right.
Planets, whatever.
You want everything.
I do kind of want everything.
Can you say nothing and just be like, I just want to get through it?
I just want to eliminate you. Okay, I do have to set the war cost.
Complete.
Why is it not letting me? Remove and select empire to add war demands. Okay. All right. Well, listen. What do we want here?
Everything.
All
of it.
I did want that one planet that I cannot see right now.
Oh, this seems like a hard way to find it.
Yeah. Well, it's just repeating a lot of stuff. So you can seed the planet or you can liberate the planet.
So basically, you're just trying to get them to abandon some of these planets as opposed to just taking them over.
I would love it if I don't want them to vassalize. I do want to humiliate them. And you know what? Stop your atrocities. Everybody stop your atrocities and just give me all these planets.
Hey, kid, stop all the atrocitizing.
This is going to make things very hard.
Of course it is.
Why did you make it so ambitious?
You know what?
Because I said I want it all.
Because Alex.
Okay.
Because Alex wants it.
I want it all. I want their whole damn empire.
Let's see if we. Okay, they're in now.
They're like, oh fuck, you want all that shit? All right, let's do it.
I didn't know you were going all in. The sum markup of the selected demand is too high. At least one of the selected demands is not proposable.
Are the red ones the ones that don't work?
I don't know. All right, well.
Oh, those all have X's. The humiliate, the stop.
Yeah.
Is that the problem?
I guess I don't have enough. Okay, maybe I'm not understanding this, but let's remove it. Remove it. Okay.
Hard to say.
Yeah, let's see.
I just want you to
Cost the amount of warfare war demand required. The cost has not changed during war. The sum war.
Do you not have enough of something?
The demands is too high. No, let's remove some. Okay.
What number can you get to that this will work?
Well,
Okay,
that works.
They're not in though. Your allies are not in anymore.
Well, they're gonna vote no. How about you? You want to liberate some planets? I know that. Okay. I just want to go to war.
I agree.
Let's go.
I may not be understanding that. Here we go. Yes. Okay.
Let's party.
Here we go. Taking the second
We're
fleet.
taking it to Ipico Trill.
We're gonna go over
They can
here.
Ipico fuck themselves. How about that?
Hell yeah.
And we're off. We're gonna go here. We're just gonna start. We're gonna avoid their army for as long as we can, and hope somebody else.
No space battle.
And we're gonna bring in the first fleet.
All right.
The first fleet's up here, and we're gonna come in this way.
Avior.
Here we go.
I just like saying the planets.
Go, everybody, go. Do your thing. Let's go jump over to the second.
Do you just
fleet.
have to sit and wait?
Once we get into the battle, it takes a little while to spool up the hyperdrive. So let's go check it out. Let's go see what's going on over here. Here they come. Oh yeah. Look at these folks. Look at these fine folks.
Wow. Ready to fight.
Let's do some lasers.
Let's go to this planet and basically just start shelling it. This thing's gonna be trouble. So let's go over here.
Go get that stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay. The second fleet. No more sleeping. Time for fighting. That's a spaceport. We're gonna blow it up. We're gonna humiliate them. I'm gonna put it on the fastest.
Mm-hmm.
Because-
They're on their way.
Hey, listen, space things move slowly in space.
Hostile station engaged.
Oh, yeah.
Hostile fleet.
Blow it up.
Yes. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
You cannot stand against the combined might.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Fuck your space station.
Yeah, look at us rolling.
Alien spaceport engaged.
Okay.
So they're shooting at you.
It's a 1.1, 1.4. We could die here. Anyway, for
You're
glory.
You're going to win. You're going to do it. You're going to destroy it.
For glory. Everybody, there's destroyers in here. It might be a cruiser or two. Maybe. I don't remember where the save is. Here we go.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Look at nobody's even died yet.
War 3 is going so well.
Everybody likes the trilogy. Oh boy. Okay. You're okay. Go get him.
You got him.
Okay, now it's time to make him hurt. Go here.
Render this world uninhabitable. Salt the earth.
Listen, I know this looks bad, so we'll just zoom out and see what's going on over here.
Probably all good things, I would
It's
assume.
probably fun. Oh boy, the first fleet. Okay, I used to have the first fleet, but that's gone now.
Look, you only need one fleet, really.
Who needs it? Having two fleets was just too many.
Yeah, I agree. That was just too much.
They were, oh boy.
What? Everything's fine. This is all fine. What are those guys going to do? Nothing.
Where are they going? Oh boy.
They're not going to do shit.
Things are fine. Have they split the fleet up? Fine.
What do you have to do to lose this game? How do you lose?
You're watching it.
You are literally seeing it unfold before your eyes.
You are about to. You're kind of seeing it, Abby. They are gonna steamroll me. I am gonna run out of money, and I will not be able. I mean, I am losing this game. Like they are. I cannot expand anywhere else.
But like loss is like they take over your like original base solar system?
It's a good question. There are win conditions in this game. One is to exterminate everybody. Oh boy, this is bad. One is to exterminate everybody. Let's see if I can actually get to the win conditions. Where is that hiding? Victory. So if I own 40% of all the inhabitable worlds, right? That's one way.
Okay.
If I go out and I just subjugate everybody else, either wipe them out or subjugate them, like bring them in as vassals, that's another way. I'm nowhere near there. Or if there were a federation, I could win that way by being in the federation and having 60% of those habitable worlds. So these are the victory conditions. My civilization's going to peter out.
Right.
And I'm not going to be able to run it anymore. Another thing I could do here, Abby, which I think is hilarious and pretty funny, is I'm going to go into this contacts. Who was it? It was like invite to Federation. I should do that at some point, but I'm not going to do that. I can ask just to be their vassal and just be like,
Can we just roll with you now?
Yeah, you know what? I'm part of you. I'm part of your kingdom. Like,
help me.
All hail Prime Minister Volglium. Well, let's see how this plays out a little bit more.
I think we know.
They'll give up.
Yeah, sure they will.
I've got allies.
What are they doing?
I don't know.
Is a good question that someone should ask.
Let's go see what's going on here. And again, hey, listen, I've only spent 7 or so hours with this game, so I am no Stellaris expert. I like it. Oh boy. Oh boy.
You're fine. It's okay.
It's
okay.
These are my friends.
Yep. Oh, the good work, everybody. All right, let's pack it in and go home. We won the war.
We did it.
Hold on a second.
We achieved all the goals we aimed to achieve.
Let's go back over here.
Nothing else is important.
Please.
They must be at peace.
Please.
They're in the war that you started, so.
You know what? Please, anything.
Insult.
Where's your ships, dude? Why aren't you helping?
So I have no army anymore.
Yeah, that's not a problem. I don't see how that could be an issue.
You know what? Let's just go. Let's just listen.
You're a peace country.
I am listen. We should end.
No, you should insult them.
We should. Okay. And we should have a defensive pact. If I get attacked, let's end this rivalry. Yeah. No? Okay. Well, they did end the rivalry, but we're still at war.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Good peace talks.
Yeah.
Good negotiations.
I'm a master negotiator, so I think things are fine. I think Stellaris on the console, though I think it's maybe a little behind where the PC version is,
Right.
or we're clearly behind. Again, people will know better than I think it works, and I've been having some fun with it.
Research complete.
I do want to start over,
Right.
but I also don't want to abandon my people here.
No,
I've
you should.
spent enough time with them. So I think what I would do at home is, so they're going to have a new campaign, they'll have a new president. That president wasn't
yeah,
super great.
they didn't want to re-elect them.
Weird. Can't imagine why that happened.
War 3.
War 4 is the one where it's really going to come home.
You know, I just really, oh boy, they are fully engorged, not
Yeah,
engorged,
they've
but
completed the circle.
Yeah.
Yep. There's
You're never getting out of here. Are we at war? Let's go check war.
pretty sure you're still at war.
War. Listen, we don't have to be at war, folks.
Yes, you do.
You're my rival now. Anyway, Stellaris on the console. If you've been curious about Stellaris, this is $40 for the basic version.
60 with the expansions.
with the expansions, which
It's
again,
not all of them, but it's the ones that they have at least made for this version.
Different than, not necessarily parity with the PC version. Sounds like mod stuff coming on the Xbox version.
Who knows what that will be yet?
I can't
but
speak to that. All I can say is moving around here with a controller. I have accidentally pushed things a couple of times because you do have to back out of some menus instead of just clicking on stuff. But I think it is functional. I think it works, and I'm very glad to see something like this make it to a console. You usually don't get this stuff there.
Indeed.
Or you get some kind of real watered-down version
Right.
of it. So this is neat. Thank you, Alec. Thank you, Abby. Long live the United Nations of Earth. May they long be remembered for their bravery.
and their great tactical thinking.
Their great tactical thinking. Thanks, everyone.